Markiplier?
That line from ReactBot would have been funnier if I was on screen already, and then I wasn't on screen. Welcome to another episode of Chillin with Norman. I think Chris is gonna join. But I'm just not in the server right now. There we go. Now I'm on the server. This is from Hey You Pikachu, very much a childhood game that, personally, I don't think I would enjoy anymore if I were to play it today. Hello. Here, I'm gonna get that image off the screen. Put this one on the screen. Actually plug my mouse in.
I feel like Hey You Pikachu would be frustrating today.
Yeah, I don't think it would be, like, I think the biggest thing with Hey You Pikachu today for me is just, like, shit that blew my mind as a 6-year-old is just not gonna be that entertaining anymore. Because I remembering what there actually was to do in that game, there wasn't much. I think at a certain age, as I got a little older, the only amusement I got out of that game was seeing what I could get him to do, because you could talk him into shoplifting, and you could talk him into eating shit that he wasn't supposed to. And that was kind of funny. What?
It sounds like such a you thing, though.
I mean,
I think you would get Pikachu to shoplift in that shit.
Yeah, he doesn't get away with it. Like, there's an Abra in the store, and it will fucking attack if you do that, but you can get him to do it, and he's the only one who has to face the consequences, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's the only one who has to face the music. ReactBot, what do you think of Hey You Pikachu?
Ain't no way.
Alright. I'm never satisfied with what he says. I don't know why I keep giving him a platform. Anyway, I'm gonna close out of that. We don't need no background music. I gotta listen for a second, because I gotta kind of figure out what I actually need to draw here. I am so fucking behind on this. I have not been working on it. And frankly, I'm not gonna work on it that long today. This is gonna be a short one. I was just got off of work. I wanna rest, but I also want, while I'm still physically up and about, I want to get a little bit of work done, so I was like, I'll stream, and that'll motivate me a bit. Again.
To be fair here, I'm behind on 3 videos that need to be out this month, so...
Right.
Christmas, Spiny!
It's Christmas?
It's Christmas Eve. I'm not walking over here on Christmas.
I wouldn't know. I haven't really celebrated the holiday in years.
You haven't celebrated...
Hey, you just won. It's Chris's turn.
Thank you, Spiny.
You haven't celebrated Christmas in years?
I mean, I got kicked out of my home, and Alright, I really don't have to do that many drawings for this scene. We'll just do the drawings needed for this scene. That should be fine. Although Spiny talking is already... kind of already done. Got one of them looking over and one of them looking down while talking. So yeah, I mean, I might actually... I think I should just do one different expression, but then other than that, it's pretty much where it needs to be. How you doing, Chris?
doing good. I'm working on a video that I exclusively am going to enjoy, but I don't think
Nice.
anyone else in the world will enjoy it.
Oh, all right. I mean, that's good to make videos for your own
We're
sake.
working on the art. We're working on the art side for Sonic Adventure, so
Right.
because that's taking a lot longer because of the fact that our ending is very different than I
Right.
normally do. So we had to even storyboard it. You'd be proud. So,
Hey, well, I've seen a little bit of the artwork so far, and I'm very impressed with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing the full thing. It ain't December.
say what?
I said I might keep the stream going up until that was always a real possibility, continuing the stream after December.
He's lying. He's lying.
Hello,
The kid
Tim
from
Buffoon.
Stranger Things.
Hi, Toon Buffoon. How you doing?
That's a bingo.
I've
I'm not even gonna ask React bot stuff anymore. He's just gonna talk sometimes, and everyone's gonna have to deal with it.
But yeah, no. With this being said, though, I have a fear with my video that's coming out that I'm keeping a secret. If it does become popular, and if it does work, it opens up a can of worms for me that I do not want to do. So like, this is hopefully one that like people appreciate, but don't ask me to continue doing.
If it succeeds, it will happen. Like I still get requests for Sonic for Hire Season 9, which I'll do when they finish. They haven't finished the damn thing.
Yeah, like I don't know, cause see, I'm not as funny as you, so I don't expect there to be that kind of reaction. But if there is, I'm going to, cause it's one of those things of where like the work that I put into this one is, and it's so dumb, but I want it to be done because we're hitting a milestone in a specific project that because I've always wanted to make this video, but I know that the moment I say this, other people are gonna be like, "Hey, you're gonna do this other one? You can do this other one too. Hey, there's this one." I'm like, no, but like,
I kind of doubt it because this seems even new to me. You don't have to say what it is, obviously, but like you haven't. This isn't one that you've told me about, is it?
probably I have, but I don't want to say it on stream.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
I can just say that there's only 2 more that I'd like to do, but I know for sure that there's enough, because it's really what I'm talking about is I'm celebrating an anniversary and I'm doing a rundown of merchandise and other products that come from it, and explaining the events that happened with it, and so or at least naming them. And I'm giving like was it a good one, was it not? And so since I'm giving anniversaries of it's gaming, so if you can kind of catch on, you'll know what I'm saying.
Wait. What the? I'm sorry. What the fuck
What
happened? All of my layers are just not there. What did I press that made that go away? What the fuck? Come on. Why is Photoshop this fucking bad now? They did an update and it's like almost unusable now. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I guess the thing is, it's an anniversary of a video game, obviously, and the only 2 that I might want to do is maybe like Kirby and Sonic next. But outside of that, I don't really care about
There
the
we go.
anniversaries of other companies or games. And I don't think anyone else does, but I feel like people would be like, "Are you gonna do Sonic next? Is that you gonna do that one?" And I'll be like, "Sure, I guess."
I don't. Yeah, I mean, and yes, Toon Buffoon, I did. I think that's actually why I was thinking about it. I guess for me personally, and I'm not like, I am flattered whenever someone wants me to do a follow up because it's like, all right. I mean, they at least they were interested. Then that's a good thing. But I guess where it can get frustrating, although I don't let it. Honest to God, it doesn't frustrate me that much. Is when it has nothing to do with the video you're working on. Like it's like they completely disregarded what you uploaded when they could just ask that question on the video. Like, if someone asks me if I'm going to cover Season 9 on the Sonic for Hire video, I don't mind that at all. If someone asks me if I'm going to cover Season 9 on like the Howard video. It's like, why are you here? But at the same time, I do think it's like I'm happier that I get asked that a lot than no one ever says anything. So, hello, you all. Welcome. So I'll take that as like a victory. I'm happy about that. But if the video does popular, you will probably get more people asking about it. But it's a good thing and a bad thing, you know?
I don't think it's going to be popular. I think what I am talking about, it's not niche, but it's also like it's just something that I do not know if anyone cares about. So, you know, like it's a character that people really care about. It's, you know, but it's just I just don't think it's going to be a popular thing, and that's why I'm doing it in reality. I want to do it so to say that I did it first is really what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I'm just leaving a little bit of the mouth there so I know where to draw it. So I don't lose track of where it was. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't know which one you're talking about right now, but from the sounds of it, you did tell me about it, so I'll probably recognize it when I see it. I'm working on an episode of Chow Time for the first time in nearly 2 years. Because I made the first episode and then completely stopped, and it's like it was one of those things where it's like why did I stop? It's a fun series. There were some really funny things that my favorite thing that happened, and I don't remember if you know this, but it was when me and you were testing the potion.
Yeah, we killed a chow.
Yeah. So one of the chows dies, but it's like very deep in. Like, I mean, what you have to understand about this Chow Garden series that we did is I've locked in like I think over 30 hours of footage to go through for that series, and if we count live streams even more, and there is at least one stream I'm gonna have to look for because there was one stream where eventful shit happened. I'm sure I can find it. I'm just gonna have to spend a bit of time going through those old ones, but Chow Time, I think the reason I struggled in episode 2 is because I convinced myself every episode has to be really cinematic, and it's like, not really. I think the opening and the closing need to be cinematic, and then nothing else needs to be cinematic unless the stuff that happens in it warrants it. Because truthfully, a lot of it is just going to be cut down conversations we had because so much of that footage isn't actually us in the Chow Garden, but completing missions and collecting stuff for them. So, like, there's a big talk about just different games. There were some really deep conversations for like what I'm cutting for episode 2, and I'm not putting it in there just because if in order for it to work, it's not going in. But like, but
I think I even asked you to not put some of them in because I think some of them were more like personal stuff.
No, and some of it was stuff I was talking about that I wouldn't put out there either. Because like the whole idea is we're just recording, like it wasn't like a regular series, but some of those conversations, some of the ones that were okay to put in, like literally in the record, and it was said it's okay to put this in. They're just like I would have to include like 30 minutes of it for any of it to make sense. You know, like the entire conversation was important. So it's one of those where it's like this one's just a nice memory that I'm looking back on, and it's not going to be shared with anyone. But it has been interesting to listen back to it because it's like that was us like 2 years ago, and just the way I talked and just the way I looked at things was very like it's kind of funny how different I was 2 years ago. Because it doesn't feel like much has changed, but listening to myself talk, like clearly a lot has changed. Not that it's anything like terrible or anything, but there was definitely ways I talked about certain things where I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't say that today.
Yeah, for instance, you were okay with tax evasion, and now you're super okay with tax evasion.
God, how does paying taxes work for Spiny? Like, he's not even a real homeowner. I don't know if like they don't know he lives in the dumpster. What is Spiny's taxes? I guess he has a job, so he would get a W-2 at least. We need to do the taxes episode. We have to pick a appropriate. Oh, we should have done that with Schoolhouse. It's too late.
We both know he doesn't pay taxes.
Spiny pays his taxes like a good boy.
No, he doesn't.
I think Dr. Howard would be the one who's trying to avoid paying his taxes, and I think he would succeed. I think Dr. Howard would be like easily commit tax fraud.
I feel like it would be the exact opposite, because like I feel like he would pay his taxes where Spidey wouldn't, and like there'd be a whole thing of you need to pay your taxes, and Spidey's like, no.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like Spiny would. I feel Spiny is like a failure, so committing tax fraud seems like something that he would absolutely do. But I don't know. I don't know if I see that. I think Spiny would pay. I think Spiny would pay his taxes. If I'm being honest. I don't know though. Maybe it's not actually that interesting of a topic. Anyway.
It's not. Spidey
Oh God!
The reason I don't think Spidey would pay taxes, right, is because you're telling me that he knows how to file taxes. Like, tell me honestly that you think Spidey knows how to file taxes correctly.
I don't know. If Spidey can't use TurboTax, he's kind of stupid.
I mean, sometimes
maybe that's mean. Maybe that's mean to say. I had my brother helped me with TurboTax the first time I did it, so if I didn't have him helping me, I probably wouldn't know how to use it. I just know how to do it now.
Yeah. Spidey as a character, it's not that like there's no maliciousness to it. I just don't think
Well, I don't think not paying your taxes is the most evil thing a person could do. It's just not a smart thing to do.
I mean, if you're rich, it's fine, I guess.
I always had canon that a Gorky takes care of everything in terms of home ownership and stuff.
Getting at is that like Gorky does it.
that would make sense. Like Gorky is more responsible than Spiny, despite also living in a dumpster. Oh God, give me a second. I fucking took a Zyn to help me relax, and it's been a while, and sometimes if you take those two, I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Don't.
I'll be fine. I have to let it wear off for a second. Yeah, be careful when you take these fucking things. I don't know what I did. This hasn't happened since the first time I ever took one. Jesus Christ.
I've kind of been weaning off of chemical stuff, or
For the most part, I have been. Ugh.
We've tried. We're trying our hardest too.
Jesus Christ. I feel horrible right now. It'll pass, though. That's the thing. It always does. But Jesus. Alright, I'm good. Shit. I won't... It's not gonna kill me. I just might throw up.
Yeah, that sounds fun on stream, my guy.
I mean, it's definitely not something that would happen on purpose.
I don't think most people throw up on purpose, my guy.
Oh. Some people do.
Yeah, but I don't think we are equipped to talk about that.
Not on Chillin with Norman.
I don't. Period. I don't think we're equipped to talk about that. That is a whole bigger issue. I am not equipped to talk about. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I am definitely not the person to talk about that.
Right. Anyway, what else do we have here? Okay, so I gotta just do casual reactions. Jesus. I'm gonna redraw Mitzi for this one. I need to just make the pose different. But I'm gonna trace it too. Tune in next time on Spine Arm Saturday special talk about heavy issues. Oh man.
See, that's the problem, right? Is that we do that. You know what? I don't know who posted that because I can't fucking see.
It's just. I think Toon Buffoon's the only one in chat right now.
Okay. Well, with that being said, as Cartoon Buffoon knows, we do that.
Yeah.
I think it's very clear that we talk heavy issues. I think that's normal. That's normal for us in our personal life, but you know.
Yeah. Not everything has to be streamed.
It is though. When we die, it'll play. You'll hear all the terrifying things that we've said. I'm joking, mind you, but I don't even know why I had to clarify that was a joke. It's obvious that was a joke. How's your day going?
That's fine. Work was fine, and now I'm just one day away from having another weekend, so that's nice. And just trying to have fun with these projects. This holiday special, it's kind of like I'm looking forward to it, but it's also like kind of
looking forward to it being done too.
Yeah, it's like in the way, kind of, because like this was supposed to be done in December. Now it's like, not only every day I don't get it done is like it's further and further away from when it was supposed to be released, a very time sensitive episode. But it's also like I'm also like kind of ready to not be working on a holiday special anymore. But I didn't really get to work on it in December.
I am with that with Adventure.
Yeah. No, I got you.
I'm ready for it to be out.
And I feel like that's the issue is I just don't draw enough, because like if I hopped on and just drew a little bit every day, these projects would come out quicker. But what happens is I just, because the thing is I'm in a mood where I'm like, I don't want to sit down and draw for hours, but really I don't have to. If I just did a little bit every day, I think I could get stuff out quicker. But then I try to do these big streams where I do a bunch of it at once, and it doesn't really even pan out that well.
My problem is the art is taking us the longest, but also this episode is pretty damn long. Adventure is a long episode in general. For sure. I've got 3 big videos I want to do this year of the story. Not that there won't be any other episodes of like characters in them. Any last call is going to have character stuff in it. Like sometimes it'll be minimalistic, like Alex Kidd, and sometimes it'll be like a majority of the episode, like Blast. But Year of the Hedgehog 3, Year of the Hedgehog 3 is mainly going to be as simple. It isn't going to be interrupted by the skits nearly as much as Year of the Hedgehog 2 was, but there's a really, the ending of that episode, I have to do a lot of drawings, and that one's going to be interesting because I think it's like going to be, everyone of you guys are going to be going into it blind, because I don't think I'm using anyone in it other than I think I'm using Dr. Howard, Spiny, and a Gorky for it. I haven't written the script out yet, but I think those are the only 3 characters who are gonna like have a speak-in role in the episode. So it'll be like when you got like with Year of the Hedgehog 2, you guys kind of had the whole thing down because you guys were so involved in it. Meanwhile, but the other 2, it's like The Last Call for Rush and Lost World are gonna be huge episodes. Like, I'd say Rush more than any of them, because it's going to have like lasting effects on the series. And you kind of know how. So it's kind of involving me a lot with that one in a weird way.
What's up?
Because you're involving me a lot with that one, though. To be fair here, I don't know if we say this a lot more, but I think okay. I say that I'm not very aware of Spiny stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably more in on the loop than anyone. I tell you a lot of my plans as I'm going through with it. Like, it's nice to... I do share ideas of everybody, but it's kind of nice to have someone that's, like, consistently on, like, kind of knows where I want to take it, and you're definitely the one I've shared the most with in that regard. Matt Mitzi's store, they know a lot, too, but... but the big comic project I've only, like, recently revealed to them.
I guess the other issue is that I just I guess I put more time into it. I guess is really what I'm trying to say.
You're
Like, Spidey.
heavily
I
involved.
have a very I have a heavy interest in Spidey, so
Right. I mean, I think it's like, I think even if Spiny didn't exist, we'd be like covering similar games, but like still in the brigade, you know? I'm glad I did make the decision to separate that from the brigade. Because the brigade wasn't really... The brigade was fun, those were good days, but it's kind of like, it wasn't going anywhere.
if I'm speaking too much, let me know. But even down to like, I think if I could say this, me and Olivia are more involved with Spidey because like, with writing stuff you talk to me on, but Olivia has designed a few.
Oh yeah, no.
So.
Olivia's been heavily involved too, especially because I mean Olivia's like probably like I kind of consider Olivia like one of the lead voices now. Just even though she hasn't, I don't think she has voiced Olivia in a single video. I don't think that's happened yet.
No, not yet.
But Olivia voices so many has already started voicing so many characters and characters that I plan on continuing to reuse. Like McGriddle and Tess are two big ones, but the Rush episode is introducing a new character who is going to be pretty big that she's also voicing, and she's helping with designs for. She already helped with the designs for Rush. Those are done, and I love them. And then we're also talking about like her designing one of the characters for the Lost World episode.
Yeah.
I just want to have a script ready before we do that, but I think we even like without going into too much detail, we talked about like what we because of like who we're planning on having voice that character, we kind of talked about the design of it and what they wanted for the character and all of that fun stuff. And I'm looking forward to. I really am looking forward. I think that those two are going to be like. I think both the Rush and Lost World episode are going to be like two of the best episodes we ever do for the show. If you like the fucking lore, and I know Toon Buffoon does, I don't know how the general reaction to that will be.
Because it's creative, but yeah, like I don't want to butt myself into these, but no, it definitely. I know that like you involve everyone else, but like I guess you are like the main voice of Spidey. But if you ever have any questions, it's either like me or Stuart next.
Oh yeah, I know. I talk to you guys a lot just because I'm trying to figure stuff
seems like
out.
On the creative side, though, you speak to me a lot.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, we've worked on stuff together for such a long time. I think we work well together is the thing. I think we've like developed ideas. Like a simple idea will like become more and more complex as we kind of like flesh it out and talk about it, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh.
This might not sound like a compliment, but it is, but you are one of the easiest people to disagree with. And I say that because, like, if we don't align, at least I can see where you're coming from, and I can see that I can see your process in what you're saying. So.
No, I got you.
That's not a bad thing. That's a really good thing to have.
No, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing, too. I think that it's, like, if you're working with someone you don't want to, like... With me and you, it doesn't ever turn into, like, a personal argument, you know? Like, we're able to disagree with each other. And normally, eventually, we get, like, back on the same page. That's normally how it goes. And that's how a discussion should go. You don't want a yes man in an echo chamber because it doesn't really help you or that person or the person helping you. But you also like want to make it understood where you're coming from and not just like kind of settle on
you
saying,
also don't want like extreme conflict. Right.
And that does happen with like so many people with like creative projects. I'm actually I won't go into which channel it is, but I actually am subscribed to a channel where they recently came back and said the reason they left is because they weren't getting along with the person that they were like doing it professionally with anymore because they just could not align with themselves anymore. It was just nothing but disagreements up to the point where they agreed that they would fully sell the channel one way and the other person would go off and do their own thing. I mean, it was handled. I mean, in that sense, it was handled professionally. Like, it wasn't like, oh, these two people hate each other now. It's just like, no, they agreed that they don't work well together and they're gonna move on.
After this stream, is that you personally saying that? I guess so. I can't see this chat. You gotta tell me what that channel is after the stream. But,
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what channel. I mean, yeah, I'll tell you what it is. It's not. It's kind of a weird one. It's not one where I watch all the uploads, but it was one that I like. I subscribe to it for a reason. But it's not. It's even with the person coming back to make stuff now. It's like I'm probably not going to watch any of it. I was interested in hearing why he left though. Let me actually read chat here. Since it only has 3 characters with a speaking role and a Gorky is one of them, how much does a Gorky get to speak? I'll say this much: it's definitely a Dr. Howard episode more than anything. But a Gorky's got a good side. He's got a decent role in it. I guess the thing that it kind of like develops in terms of like the overarching story of Spiny is it does go more into like Spiny, Dr. Howard, and a Gorky, kind of like what those 3 are to each other.
well, you know how Spiny always wanted a brother.
Oh no. That fucking song. Yeah, Chris sent it to me. I already knew it was a thing. I was like talking to Chris about it, then Chris sent it to me. And I gave it a listen and was like, oh jeez. Just doesn't work. It just I don't think it's like there's parts of it that sound okay. There's parts of it where it's like this would be perfectly acceptable, but then the main line, I always wanted a brother. Like it's just sung in an irritating way. Like I said, I don't think there's a singer alive who could make that work. It's an obnoxious way to say that.
See, I could actually disagree with you on that.
Go for it.
Right? I think it can work, just not where it's at, right?
It's the way they say brother, the way they hold on it at the end. It just maybe you're right. Maybe I would just have to hear the good version to accept that, but it's like it's just such a weird song.
So here's the issue. Here's the issue with this, right? This song is meant to be about lions in like a savannah, right? If you made this about 2 street urchins that are making a gang, it'd be way better of a song if you kept that, because the way they do it is a very kind of like British street urchin way of saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's the only way it'd work. But the problem is that I believe they got 2, or at least they have accents, British accents, for these lions. And it just doesn't work, you know? It always reminds me of like these punky street urchin kids, you know?
Right, because
it doesn't work with the theming is really the issue.
Right. I guess like in the original Lion King, Scar has like a little bit of that accent, doesn't he? But in the remake, not really.
Well, so there's a reason for that. Is I wouldn't say it's that. It's more if he's more proper.
I guess that is all it really is. Because I mean, there are It's weird. It's so I can't really explain
like
what that
whole
fucking live action remake is doing. Because it just none of it.
Scar's whole speech pattern in the original is like sarcastic and like hoity-toity. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, very posh, as Olivia said. So
yeah.
So it makes sense, but it just doesn't work for. And you know what's even funnier about that song, right? Is it's popular. It's popular amongst young people, but it's popular in kind of the funniest way that I don't think Disney wants it to be.
Uh-huh.
Because it's popular of how girls friend zone guy. Like, that's the narrative that TikTok has given it, and I don't think that... I don't know if Disney would be like, yeah, that's what we were going for.
I just, I can't, like... Basic ways of speaking is something that Lion King 2019 fucked up. And I can actually give an example of what I mean there. Some of this I know I got to give YMS credit for a lot of this, because a lot of this was me like watching his streams and watching his video on Lion King, and he brought this clip up too. There's a part in the original Lion King where Pumbaa's trying to pitch to Timon that they should take care of Simba,
Yep.
and he says it's just a little lion, and then he's just like, he's just a little lion, and then Timon's like, they get bigger. He says it like very sarcastic. He says it in kind of like a almost sarcastic tone, saying like, just trying to say, yeah, he's not going to be small forever. Where then in the remake, Pumbaa, he's like, it's just a little lion, and it's like, you didn't say the line right. Because it doesn't sound like you're trying to convince him at all anymore. You know, it just sounds like he's just saying it. He doesn't know why he's saying it. And then Timon's like, they get bigger. And it's like, that also doesn't, or it doesn't sound like the tone, the inflections, the tone isn't right. and I know it's like such a nitpicky thing to complain about, but it's like the movie's full of that, with characters just, they know the lines from the original movie. They don't know why any of it is being said. They don't.
Hold on, here's the deal. Let me stop you. Inflection and speech is very important in acting, period.
Yes.
Right? Because you want to portray something, and that's very important in speech. Now, if you like The Lion King, the modern one, that's fine. I'm not going to hate you on it. But,
I think you're wrong, but it's okay to like a bad movie.
Yeah, hold on. Yes, that is actually correct on that one. But Two Cartoon Buffoon says something, and I had to read it. But,
yeah, first, no, I agree with that too.
Well, and the thing that's funny about it is that I think that, how do I say this? Inflection is very important, and that's why if you ever do, like, theater and do stuff that is, even might argue it's important, but that's why they, like, drill you so hard for how you enunciate and speak, because it's important. That's crazy that Disney doesn't have down.
Right. And with that, I do kind of feel like, I do honestly believe that Mufasa, I'm not going to see it because I already regret seeing the first one they did. But I do personally believe...
To Disney Plus?
I'm going to see... If Matt picks it for Hollow Victories, I'll watch it. But I don't think... I just really don't want to. Even though I am like a little bit amused by that song clip you sent, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little curious now, but it's just like I learned my lesson from supporting the first one. I don't want to support the second one, but I'm not so hell bent on that I refuse. Like I'm above watching this. I don't feel that way. It's just.
So I might watch it, but I really also don't feel like I need to.
Right.
Because I feel like I don't need to watch it, and it's because of the plot synopsis, and it's so basic that I was like, yep, okay, yep. And the only thing it didn't do basic was so dumb that I'm like, I wouldn't have seen that coming, but I'm happy I didn't, because holy shit, that would have pissed me off, because that's stupid.
Yeah, no, like one of the biggest things they're changing is that the two aren't actually like blood brothers, and I understand the whole found family argument, but that's not what you do with fucking Scar and Mufasa. They don't like each other.
Fine. That's fine. One that also discredits what he says in the live action movie, but also there's another issue I have with that. And can I spoil it for anybody out there? Can I?
Does anyone mind? Do you mind spoilers, Toon Buffoon, for Mufasa?
I'll just wait for the. Or I could just spoil it because it's not even that big of a spoiler.
If it's in the synopsis, it's not much of a spoiler because I mean neither of us have seen the movie.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute. We gotta.
You got the approval.
Okay, so apparently so this pisses me off because it's so dumb. Apparently, the biggest conflict isn't the fact, whatever. It's the fact that Scar and Mufasa have the same love interest. Like, there's a love triangle thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, you may have told me that, actually. Yeah. I already forgot it. Yeah, but you did tell me that.
Oh, I didn't remember telling you that, but...
I thought you did. I thought you did in our messages. In our messages,
I might have passively said it, yeah. But, either way, that's the conflict. And I'm like, really? Is that really what he's mad about? Is that really the issue? I mean, there's deeper things, of course, but, like, really? Is that a plot point you're really gonna go with? Who cares? Like,
yeah.
Really?
I think that the reason I think them being related is important because I don't think it's like I don't think it makes it any more sad if they were once like close and got separate. I think it's equally sad in that sense. But I think that the thing with like Mufasa, like at least in the original movie and kind of the remake too, even though I don't think the remake understands the characters that well, despite literally using the same dialogue. Is that it almost comes down to Mufasa doesn't believe Scar could ever do that because they're blood related, because they're because they're family. There's all these like signs, there's all of this shit that Scar is saying to him, but he just kind of rubs it off as he's being a dick, like he doesn't take it seriously. Where if it's like they actually had this stronger bond, that's not really. I don't think The Lion King is telling a story of like two people who used to be close who fell that far apart. I think they're telling a story of two brothers where one of them assumed them being family would mean it could never get that bad,
I think so here's my problem. It's not that Scar that's exactly what I'm referencing. What Cartoon Buffoon said. But the reason why I'm also not so here's the real reason why I'm fine with them not switch it, right? Because Scar's family is the one that adopts Mufasa, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that does seem to be the case, yeah.
Say what?
Yeah, that does seem to be the case.
Scar's family adopts Mufasa, and that's where my problem lies, because, like, it didn't happen then, right?
You cut out a little bit there. Could you say that again?
Whatever. But, like, if you just switched it, it'd be fine. I don't know. And then, I will say that there's some, like, here's the thing about the Brother song, is there's a lot of really good writing in it. It's just, Disney doesn't run with it. Do you know what I mean?
Not entirely.
Okay, so there's a moment where Scar is commenting on the fact that birds look down on them, and in the context of the character, it's him looking at something that inevitably doesn't mean anything, but takes offense by it. Because in the lyrics, he brings up the fact that the birds look down on us, and when we become king, they don't. But it's like, no, they're never. There's something smart about that, because it tells you his character, right? It tells you, who he is within the song, which is genius. Too bad the movie probably doesn't follow up on that, right? It's the belief that being a king will change something like that.
Okay.
Because the birds are in the sky. They're not going to, you know what I mean? Kind of like the same thing of I can't wait to be king kind of idea.
Yeah.
This is shit that, like, at the
and
end
it kind
of
of
the
is
day,
probably the most.
It's
I bet it is the song in the movie that's most like "I Can't Wait to Be King." I bet that too, because it definitely seems to have that kind of like the other animals are singing along. It's two lion cubs singing the song together. It is kind of similar.
Yeah, it's just, when it gets right down to it, the writing of it is really nice because it tells you the character of who he's going to be or what he wants to be, and the understanding of what ruling really is, you know. So,
I will say if you
I
see
think
it,
that's
go ahead. Sorry.
I think that's interesting. It's just the problem is that it's just I don't think that it falls upon deaf ears because one, you know where Lion King's going, and two, right? And two, they're not going to follow up on that. That's just something that he said, right? I don't think the movie is ever going to talk about how irrational of a leader he's going to be because of how Mufasa treats him, right? Like, instead, if Mufasa actually paid attention to that line in the song, we would not be where we are in the future. Right? Like, it doesn't matter how good that line is, it dies. It dies in the song. Because, like, it's really cool that Mufasa is going to kind of not understand being a ruler, but then just says, fuck it.
Right. I have to completely
like
redraw that.
That's like, how the fuck do I explain it? That's like us making, like, a big deal, right, about, like, Dr. Howard, right? And then, like, totally dropping it.
Check out our live action film Howard coming soon.
I hate what you did with the teeth.
Yeah, I just kind of made everybody standing next to Mitzi, like, have an increasingly creepy smile. Like, you have a creepy smile, but then Matt's is literally going off of his face.
So can I ask you, where does my design come from?
Your design?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a mix of how you draw, how Olivia draws you in the videos, and my art style. It's definitely different. I mean, it's like I'm not gonna try to do a perfect copy and paste of it because, but I don't know. It's also like figuring designs out over.
A lot.
Huh?
It seems like it resembles Matt's version as well a little bit.
Oh yeah. It's definitely different from how I did Mackle and Zatch. It's definitely not that similar to that design anymore.
Well, to be fair here, the time has changed.
No, for sure. Matt is pretty close to how I had him in Mackle and Zatch, although it's a little different now. I mean, the biggest thing with Matt is I kind of do like the mushroom nose and the long hair going down. I do the beard a little differently now.
I only ask because, like, and to be fair, here, my hair has changed like 3 times throughout the year, so I'm not expecting it. But like, hair and lipstick is something that Matt puts on for my character, and I do not commonly wear lipstick in my videos.
Okay, I mean, if you ever have a request on how to change the design, I'll do it.
I was just wondering where it came from more than
the lipstick may have came from Matt. That may have just been something I did subconsciously.
Don't talk to me
I
until
don't.
I've had my morning coffee.
No, I'm not saying anything. It's just I don't commonly wear lipstick in my do I? Shit, I don't. I don't think I do. But I'm just curious.
No, yeah, it's fine. I mean, yeah, I don't. Like I said, if you ever have like a preference, like, oh, I would rather be drawn with this. Okay. But the hairstyle, I just kind of go off of. I try to go off of Olivia's drawing for that. I think I normally draw it going out a little further than Olivia does, and that might just be because of the way I fucking draw Eddie. I'm just used to doing that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not against it or saying anything on it. It's my hairstyle is very unorthodox to the art.
Yeah, I don't think I really draw, because I give Mitzi Mitzi's hair is like almost curly in some of these, and I think I'm going off of like a really old draw Mitzi did, and I just keep doing that, and I just haven't like changed it that much. The only character that has had like a major redesign in the Spiny videos is Stort. And that's just because Stort changed how he wanted to portray himself.
Yeah.
Because Stort was like literally like our version of Tails for this series. Fortunately, there's not a lot of episodes that like portray him that way. In fact, I think the only like Spiny video that really does is those old Sonic X commentaries that are mostly taken down now. I think 1 or 2 of them survived.
Not by our choice, by the way.
Of course, that we would have kept that series going if YouTube wasn't a fucking. It's just with anime, it's hard. It's harder with anime. If it was a Western cartoon, I'd fight it harder with anime. It's just unfortunately it doesn't usually work out. There's been way too many horror stories. It's not worth it to fuck the entire channel over because of that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just wondering where it's coming from. But to be fair, here Olivia's also been drawing it a little different as of time, like focusing on the fact that I do shave my head on the side.
Yeah, actually, I have noticed that in Olivia's drawings.
It's a newer thing. If you look back, it's not as noticeable, nor is it even utilized. It's just a new thing because she brought it up like I should start drawing that. It's even in our Christmas but it's whatever. I don't even know why I do it. I just like it. It just turned. I think it looks well. But
I have a huge issue of doing it. I noticed this Matt drawing. I did it here. Is I often don't have the arms go down that far. Like his arm stops before it makes it to his waist, and most people's arms go beyond their waist. So I often don't draw arms long enough. And I kind of don't want to do it for this one too, just to keep it consistent. I'm gonna make it longer though. It's my art's fucking inconsistent as hell. I gotta get a little better with some of this stuff. I'm good at drawing. I feel like pretty confident with like Spiny specifically, but I also draw Spiny way more than any character.
I don't think your art's bad.
I don't think it's terrible. I mean, I think I have my own voice with it. It's just I don't think there'd be anything wrong with trying to get more consistent at least.
You're pretty consistent.
Like I have created basic rules. Like I draw Spiny with the same. When I first started drawing Spiny, it was just, I swear to God, if you count the spikes he has, it was different every single time. Now it's 2 in the front, right by his forehead, and then 8 in the back. Sometimes they're not all the same size. Sometimes it's like drawn a little differently, but it's always 8. It's always 2 in the front, 8 in the back. No, yeah, No, I said it right. A Gorky, I don't have a rule of how many spikes are on the top of his head, and I probably should do that too. Give him the same treatment.
I did.
Did he say anything about it?
I don't know.
Michael, fucking say something about our storyboard. You're actively stopping Sonic Adventure's process.
Oh no.
No, don't say shit like that.
No, ignore the pretty woman. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Oh, goodness. It's like,
Oh, awesome.
like,
Wait,
no big deal.
Oh my God! You guys went all out with this. This looks amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, Chris did just tell me that you were doing a storyboard for this, but this I love this. I love the different angles. I love the the shot of them looking outward. And oh, that's wonderful.
Is it okay?
That's outstanding. I love that.
Okay, we're good. We can.
It's good.
Now.
Good.
That's beautiful. Oh my God, that's so much work, you guys. I see it.
That's why it was delayed for so long.
Question for Chris, since she is here and I'm trying to draw her, is there any requests to draw her in any specific way? I was basing it on her appearance in the Sonic Generations video.
Don't have any real way. I'm just flattered that you're doing it. I was just more of asking Michael where he got it from, the style. But no, any way's fine.
Definitely, I definitely pulled it from Olivia's version more than anyone else's.
I can see that. I see that a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that Tomb Buffoon. Thanks for doing that. That's awesome.
Michael shares your art whenever you post it, and I absolutely appreciate it, and I think it's really well done, and it's really nice to see.
Lemon Tootsie Roll, and I took a sip of my coffee.
Ooh, right in the childhood.
All right, so the Sonic video's canceled. Olivia is dying.
Oh no. You know what, Olivia, I was right there with you like 20 minutes ago.
It's the thing that's funny is I have to what? So it's funny because I jokingly say that, but is it cool if I get a little personal just for like a second? It's not super personal, but
Go ahead.
me and you were in a call once, and Olivia did have an issue.
Oh yeah.
So I realize I have to be careful.
No, understandable. I know exactly what you're talking about too. I think that wasn't even that long ago.
Oh, but like I said that jokingly, but like I'm sitting there like, oh shit, no. That also tells you how close we are. That like me and you talk on a regular basis, and stupid shit happens in between that.
No, for sure. Yeah, because we will just we do a lot of streams together, but we often just hop into a call just to shoot the shit, and then we'll be in a call for like 4 hours.
We'll be in a call for 4 hours, but it's funny because sometimes it's about nothing, but it always sometimes comes back around to projects because I guess that's just who we are.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's just nice to hop on, have a chat, and either we'll talk about nonsense the whole time, or we'll get into the creative flow of things.
It's funny, my therapist finally knows that I do YouTube.
Oh, nice.
It's really funny because I was embarrassed about it for a second. Because, it's hard to explain what YouTube is to people.
Well, I get it, too, because it's because I'm embarrassed to talk about it. I finally, every single one of my siblings is aware that I have a channel that does better. They don't know anything about it, and I won't link it to any of them. My sister is literally the only person I've even shown a clip for, but and it is honest to God, I'm not ashamed of it, but it is like something that's kind of hard to present to someone who's just not going to get it. Like, it's a very hyper fixated channel.
Feel like, can I be rude for a minute?
Go for it.
Because it's more rude that I'm cutting you off. It's also hard to show your family because they're gonna obviously have the question of, is that what you think of us?
That I am worried about, and I actually want to make a video going over the differences between me and Spiny eventually, just because I am worried. I am worried that one of them is going to watch it and think that this is me venting about them, because it really isn't.
It is not.
It isn't. Is any of Spiny's dilemma related to mine? Absolutely. 100%. The family drama side was just something to make it interesting. Spiny's dad especially is painted in a really bad light, and I mean, me and my dad are so close. Like, we just fucking watched. We've been doing like movie nights again recently. Like, we'll both like sit down and watch something together. He just showed me 7 Psychopaths, and I just showed him Walk Hard.
It's also super cool too. So.
Oh yeah, and I'm also like I'm still living with them, So there's that. I do want to get out, not out of having an issue being here with them. They're great. They're great folk. It's just, but I do think I need to. I do need.
In with me. I'm joking.
I don't mean to say this rudely, and I only say this because I speak from a place of experience, acknowledgement, because I fall under the demographic. Your videos appeal to a neurodivergent crowd. That doesn't surprise me at all. And I think I am neurodivergent.
All of us here are.
I think that I think I'm when I have to go to work, and I have to do even then I'm kind of a weirdo because I'm very quiet when I'm there, but I don't have the same sense of humor at work. I don't talk about I don't really talk about my interests at work. I just kind of stay focused. But And maybe that is kind of weird. Maybe that is kind of neurodivergent. Maybe that's actually bizarre because it's like I'm hiding something because I am. I don't want to talk about.
What are you doing?
I don't want to talk about this shit. This is I'm almost done here.
When is it?
It's in February in Orlando. I could.
We trying to go to Orlando in February?
Not.
That would be a huge turnaround. I don't think we can pull that.
Yeah. Not with
I would love to, but yeah.
I'm just mad.
I also said I don't know if. Let's see where Florida kind of.
I never said anything, but you have vocal stems, which is a common sign, famously the Baba Booey, which Chris has dubbed a macrolism in the past. I do, yeah, no, I mean, there is shit that I'll just repeat a lot, and it's when I don't know what to say, so I'll just do that. Or I'll just do it for fun. It's not always because I don't have something to say. Sometimes I'll just find it funny. Before Baba Booey, which is a common one. I mean, that's not something I made up. It was like fucking... I used to just go like, wabazadoo all the time. Just like something stupid, you know? I like saying nonsense. I do like saying nonsense words. I do like making up words that don't mean anything.
I feel like there's there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know. All I know for sure is that I do have like ADHD. It's just I think it's manageable by trauma, but that's a whole different story. So
I think
my problem is I probably do have something. It's just outside of that, it's just my family's mean. So you just learn to deal with it real quick and move on. So I don't think that's the right way to go, by the way. But But yeah, I just yeah.
Stuart asked if maybe I don't have to say his message, but it's it.
I saw it. I
mean,
it.
It's fine. It's fine. This isn't It's nothing. It's about this channel. Are we watching Sonic X this weekend? I don't know. Maybe we could.
To be real with you, the chat won't see it.
No, they won't.
Because unfortunately, the project you're doing is we can't do it anymore. You even said it here, so
yeah.
I get why you didn't want to say that. Because anybody's watching in the future, going, "Oh, they're coming back." No.
I am planning on making videos about Sonic X, but I'm not gonna. I want to record us watching it. Just one, like Stuart mentioned, to have the footage on hand as like B-roll, which is nice. But a lot of that's gonna be me screenshotting that footage because again, it's the same thing with talking about the Pokemon movie for TV show movies. I just like immediately knew it wasn't gonna fly. So that's anime.
Yeah.
You can't really show anime for some reason.
I don't know either. All I will say though is that this year I do want to do a meetup thing again, but I just don't know what time I'm gonna have because Olivia and I are doing a honeymoon kind of thing in July.
Nice.
Because just we have a kid, so it's hard to just jump up and do that. We have to plan ahead. I want to do something with you specifically. Like, I get that we can do a group thing, but, like, I want to make at least the special kind of thing with you, because it's 14, 15, how damn long have we been, like, talking?
We've been... I think it came up last stream, too. We've been, wait, sorry. I gotta look at this turn.
Rated.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to look at that for a second. I think when we've known each other for 15 years, we got close like 10 years ago. Because there was like 5 years where we would like, we did actually collab. We did collab within those first 5 years, but we didn't really talk much, you know?
It was harder for me to communicate due to the fact that I didn't talk online, so.
Right. But we got closer after... What would the point be?
We're fixing.
All right. I'm just trying to set up all the foundation for the scene. Let me open this one up. Need to copy and paste that last image.
No, yeah, no, chatbot is going to be here. I believe chatbot's here for a purpose.
Yeah. I think you understand the purpose, too.
Oh, I do. I'm just not talking about it.
No, right, because I remember, like, one stream you were like, oh, I think I get what that is now. Because I didn't really elaborate. ReactBot's here for a reason, and ReactBot is probably not going to be permanent. I don't think he'll stay on the streams forever, but he'll be here throughout.
2025.
He'll probably be here the whole year.
With that being said, I also do want.
But then
to
with
say
that, then it might be one of those things where it like feels weird to do it without him. Then, so I don't know.
Maybe who knows? The vote now.
Like, he won't. I won't like. He won't constantly interrupt the stream. Only occasionally.
I mean, he doesn't really. He's just kind of silently sitting here.
Just kind of chilling with us.
With that being said, though, I do think we're going to. Is it fair if I say this? I do think we're going to return to Sonic Adventure. Soon. Is that fair to say?
Oh, for challenge mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, no, I wanna. I'm down to keep that one going. I'm definitely down to throw another one out there while we're doing that because I think that's gonna take a while. But the thing is, I'm making good progress now, but we're gonna hit the point where it's gonna get hard. Because I'm just going in order right now. Like the fucking, the first 4 stages. I've cleared. I think I have 1 Green Forest mission left, and then the first 5 levels of the hero mode are completed. But it's like, those aren't the hard ones. Those aren't the ones that are problems.
Yeah. Is it fair for me to speak quickly on a thing?
Sure.
It's unlisted, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, and that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because, like, I think we'll put it back up. if
Okay.
If you don't mind, I'm putting you on the spot a lot. I should have talked to you about this before.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, 1, we could still talk about it, but 2, but I'm okay with it being up. I just.
Do you think we can edit a thing out?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say though that I do definitely. I'm going to apologize because it's my show. But I'm kind of sorry for how it kind of went. And that's it.
Yeah, I'm there with you, and I think I was more responsible for that, personally. But it's just the show needs to be a bit more relaxed. It wasn't like we're probably even making it sound worse than it was, but it is one of those things where it's like we don't really want to joke about some of the stuff we joked about, like with that one anymore. Like I think we want to tone some of these streams down a bit. I do think.
I'm also apologizing because challenge mode is meant to be. We said, hey, let's make it more focused.
Yeah, and
for the most part it was, but I think if we're gonna ever get that rowdy again, we should come to the conclusion of ending it because I do, despite the joke, I do think that maybe we should try to stay more focused, and it did get very derailed at the ending.
Yeah, and I think that what that's gonna come down to, and I don't mean to say this in like offensive way at all. This is not I hope it is clear that this is not a jab at Matt, Mitzi, or Austin. I think a big part of that is going to be keeping it small. Not that they're not welcome. In fact, I want all of them on that show, and they could even do one without me. They could there could be one where Chris and Matt hop on to do a game, or Chris and Mitzi hop on to do a game. Like it could be like there's all kinds of combinations that can come out of that show. I just think that having 5 people in a call together inevitably makes things get chaotic, and I think for the Spiny playthroughs that's fine. But like for
it was funny. Like one of my favorite moments is if I can, is Austin was dying again, food related.
Yeah, right.
Which is funny because no one will understand that because no they will because that was Sonic Generation stream, right? Like he was dying on a Generation stream from food. I don't remember what it was. Either way,
something like that. It might have been when Shadow Generations came out.
either way, it's funny that it keeps happening, you know. But it's not for Austin's sake. But I guess in reality, and I know that I don't want to make an apology video because it sounds worse than it actually is in reality. But I do apologize for because and the reason why I'm really apologizing is because we were super focused in Earthbound, right?
Right.
And we derailed it. So, and we were super focused in the first one too, and then we got mega derailed in the second one. And that's not even really a problem. It's just
I feel like I have so much more shit I have to crop for this one. Let me. Do I have the fucking color correction? I'm so confused on how I did this now, actually. Yeah, that's not right. Wait, that's fine right there, isn't it? Okay, yeah, that works. Sorry, I got distracted by the screen. I added so many effects to this fucking shot with, like, the light in that it's like I'm having a hard time keeping track of what is and isn't supposed to be on the screen anymore. Oh. Yeah, 2 pounds of fish.
yeah.
The funniest thing with that one is, like, in terms of, like, cutting it, I know, like, I could literally just cut, like, the last 15 minutes of the stream and it would be fine. Most of it. I think the first one was fine, but the first one was also just me, you, and Mitzi. That's what I'm talking about. I think it's easier to avoid the chaos. And I know the chaos is funny sometimes. I'm not, like, saying, like, oh, I don't want that at all anymore, but I do think
that has gone too far, though. It's not even, and I know that somebody's gonna be like, oh, that's ridiculous, but I think that it's
No, I agree. I didn't.
It's just it was too far, especially in the time we're in now. You know.
I agree. But yeah, like I think that it's gonna just kind of come down to, and we've talked about it too. We talked about, like, wanting to tone certain things down while on a live stream, and I think we're going to. I think we're from here on out. I think we're going to, but I think a lot of that is also just going to come down to. I think we should have smaller groups for these. I really do.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. It's just. I think, you know. I'm really gonna leave it to just the fact that, like, you know, for whoever's listening, because you have 3 people, and that's more people than we've had for those episodes in general. Except I think afterwards they get some views, not much, but.
Mother Encore did. Adventure 2, not really.
Okay. Either way, yeah, because even then, we commented on, like, the joke we made about, like, developers, and as we said that, I realized that was unfair for me to say about you also. You know, so.
That's okay. I mean, like, for honestly, in terms of, I will say one thing that I do kind of want to change, and I'm not like. It's mainly because it's a live stream where if it's a record and I can at least have the foresight when I'm editing whether I want it to stay in or not, because I'm okay with, like, I'm okay with a joke with some edge to come out, but when it's on a live stream, it's like, you know, you said it and it has to be there now. And I think that the whole threatening with violence thing, even though it's clearly a bit, I don't know if I should have a counter for that, how many times I've done that, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not don't feel bad about that, Tumbafood. It's perfectly fine. I'm just like, that's more of a comment on myself. That's more of a, I don't know if I should be joking about that often. That might be that might eventually weird people out.
I think we should also pivot humor because, you're getting bigger as a channel, right? Like,
well, yeah, I'm so used to it just being you guys, and that's it. Like, the only people who are going to hear what I'm saying is friends in a call with me, and that's just not the case anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not huge. I'm not this huge YouTuber, but there's people who are hearing what I'm saying now, and it's the first time that's really ever happened, you know?
Yeah. No. That's what we call being held accountable.
Well, on top of it, it actually helped a little bit, Toombafoom, because I kind of realized it's like, I don't know if I want to keep doing that. So, like, you keeping track of that actually kind of made me, like, see, like, oh, maybe I do say that too often. No, I know you weren't using it, and I know you weren't doing it to shame me. I'm just saying, like, maybe I do say that too much. You know?
Yeah, it's not a you thing. What we're saying is that it's not. It's also more or less of it. It does kind of have to do. Well, for my take, it does have to do with you a little bit. Not that you're mentioning it, but the fact that I don't want to say something that'll make you uncomfortable. You know, you view these, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to, like, it's not like we might, it's possible, but, you as a viewer is important to us, all of us. So, we're thinking about other viewers too. So, we want to change some things we do so that we don't, I don't know how to put it.
The bottom line is it's easy to have a good time without going there, too, you know?
Yeah, we just don't want to be off-putting. I don't want to be off-putting.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be off-putting anymore. I think there was a time where I was more okay with being off-putting, but...
Look, hear me out, right? I'm already confrontational on so many things. Michael knows this. But, I just don't want to be... Because, like I said, I'm fine with having differing opinions. I'm fine with arguing with people. I'm fine with whatever. That could be off-putting, that's fine. But if I'm off-putting by a joke that somebody might not be... Not even might not be okay with, just societally isn't okay, I don't want to... You know, I don't want to go there. I know it was definitely just a joke, but...
No, for sure.
But, and once again, I'm also not saying that we're going to compromise jokes, but... I feel, I don't know. I just feel like if...
Well, it can also be like... I understand what you say there. We don't want to become too afraid to be able to have a laugh about something, but at the same time, when you realize you're doing the same bit over and over again like that, you might actually kind of realize, you know, is that really that funny? Like, we're kind of repeating a lot of jokes, and they're not even that good of jokes. They're just kind of easy ones to make. So, like, that's another thing, is it's, like, even comedy-wise, it's not that good.
Yeah. I also,
Just reading what Toon Buffoon said. I don't know. Are you cut out, Chris? Oh, okay, that's why we both went quiet. I appreciate that, Toon Buffoon.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like I don't ever want to feel like I have to like I can't say something that I want to say, but at the same time, it's like when something isn't that important to keep doing, and I can actually see like how it could be a bad thing. It's like, because I could like, when I say like, oh, the like, I'm saying like the people who fucking made this or did this, because it hasn't been sincere once. Even if it's a game most of the time it's not even a game I dislike. Normally I'm having a good time and I'm just getting pissy and I say something, but like, even if it's a game that I genuinely hate, it's never been sincere. But I could imagine someone who doesn't know me, doesn't know this channel, comes on and just keeps hearing me say shit like that. I could hear them hearing that and thinking this guy's a fucking psychopath.
So can I give an anecdote of my own?
Sure.
You will never... So I've been to a lot of YouTuber-centric places because I've just kind of been around the world when it comes to the internet, right?
Right.
Do you know the scariest thing for somebody to say to you is, I know you. I heard, you know, not in a negative even connotation, just, I know you. So-and-so has talked about you. Do you know how scary that is? Right?
Yeah.
For even if it's not negative, right? Because you can easily forget yourself, right? But going to E3 or SAC Anime or Fanime, right? And somebody going, and it's happened multiple times, and even outside of that, there's other spaces I can't talk about, where somebody goes, I've heard of you, I know you. And it's terrifying, because then when you hear that, even if it's positive, you start playing back all the negative things you said, right? Or may have said, or been perceived as, you know?
It's like... It must feel very similar to how it feels like when a Skyrim guard says that to you. Because the way the guards work in that game is they won't immediately recognize you like they do in Oblivion, but when they say something like that, that means they eventually could recognize you, which I thought was an interesting mechanic for that one. I thought that was clever that they did that instead of just
the nerdiest shit you've ever said, but yes.
Sure, but
no,
it's
in reality, hold on, Michael. In reality, That sounds like something more or less of I would say. That's what I'm trying to get at. You went geeky levels to me right there. That was something I would say.
It's like, but yeah, it's like, and I say it kind of jokingly, but I also say it in the regard of like, I could see that being unsettling. Someone saying, "I know you," and you're like, "How do you know me?
Yeah,
What do you know about me?"
Like the first time I met Rich Alvarez, because I'm like, hey, can I do a video with you? He's like, yeah, what's it for? And then I had to say my name, and he was like, oh, I know you, and I'm like, oh,
Because you probably
I know
commented on
for sure
videos
that
for
you-
years. I think he probably just recognizes a lot of the usernames.
He does. Well, the issue is that like I was a stupid Mario clone, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course he recognizes the name because he did, but you can't say you weren't aware of it. There was a small amount of us, so of course, and I was connected with Will, so it's inevitable, right, that he would have heard. So, but at that moment, we made jokes at his expense, not ones that matter, not ones that are big, not that he even seen, but
Jesus Christ! On my old fucking Michael Help Wanted show, I had a character that was him.
But like that was the moment where I realized that people see you, right? Like the people, you're inevitably going to cross paths. The more popular, and I wasn't even popular then, but the more popular you get, and I'm not popular now, but the more popular you get, the more people are going to have that I know you, and that's not. I want to put myself out there with how I really am, and if I wouldn't say it online, because like I'm not invincible, I'm not untouchable. It's stuff will come back, and you need to like be way more careful. Like you could say whatever you want, sure, but you better be prepared to,
I get nervous with that too, because I did have to like be a little thoughtful with that. Like when doing like the Dick Figures video, for example, because I do criticize some of the decisions they made in the sense where it's like I think the biggest one would be like talking about their Kickstarter and I actually was pretty nice about their Kickstarter because I think they did a good job. I just meant there's something that I mentioned that I could easily see, like if someone said that about me, I might take it the wrong way, and that's because I'm like, look, there's a great chance these guys will never watch that video, but it's grown in popularity. It has like thousands of views now. There's a chance that they're going down memory lane. They want to hear what this person said about their old web show, like, and they see it and they hear what I say about it, and that has made me like, that does scare me, and I do try to like be careful with what I say about these people. So, and without like name dropping anyone, it's why sometimes I try to back out of a video where I'm like, because I don't want to withhold anything that I feel like needs to be said, but I also don't want to I don't want one of these videos to grow popular enough to where the person who made it sees it and they get pissed at me,
Yeah, because the thing is that, like, I mean, once again, you're not in those spaces yet. I will force you to be in those spaces, trust me. But it just inevitably happens. It's I guess the best way for it to be is it's like you live streaming shit talking your boss, right? Like,
yeah,
it's inevitable your boss is gonna see it. Your boss is inevitably gonna see it, especially if you start putting their name in it. So
is Austin? I think I just heard Austin laugh. Hi, Austin.
Yeah,
But-
what's up?
But yeah, what I was gonna say on top of that is like, oh wait, what the fuck was I just about to say? The thing is, okay, there are the other instances where it's like I don't actually care if this person hears what I said because I fully believe. Like my rant on Rooster Teeth in that Sonic for Hire video, fully stand by it.
I'm gonna say something.
okay, yeah, sure, no, all fair, but I stand by it entirely. I have no problem with what I said there, but
With that being said, I'm being silent, but I agree with you.
yeah, and I'll leave it there because the video. If you want to know what I'm talking about, it's in the video. But it's also like sometimes I will talk about someone, and I am okay with them hearing me criticize them because I think it's very warranted criticism. But there's other times where it's like if I'm not sure, I need to be careful.
Well, no. Here's the thing: is that there's a difference between shitting on a company and
True. True.
Because let me put it this way: if somebody goes, "Oh, Chris, Nintendo doesn't want to," which once again they're not going to, but hey, you said something about Nintendo in your video of Earthbound and in your video of Metroid, you were complaining about their legal issues, and they don't like that. And my argument would be, that's too bad. I'm just calling you out for the shit you guys do, and if you don't like that, that's just. I will take the loss on that because I'm not gonna, alter my beliefs, for
Right.
that. at the end
And that's
of the
a
day.
very, and that is a very good point.
So, like, I am going to talk my shit. It's just when it comes to people, right? Or, you know, when it comes to specific people in the company, I'm never going to go, like, oh, Miyamoto personally did blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I don't. That's not my place. You know?
Right.
That's not my place. And I don't like talking about... I mean, and even then, it's like, if I'm making a video on somebody, of course I will bring up the controversy, but it's such a different issue than what happened last time, right? Oh, like that's just really it, is that I feel like it was a little much. But, you know. But I guess really the best way I want to put it is that I don't want to make people uncomfortable on this channel, or any channel. And we're not compromising what we say, it's just we still should be careful because it can come off. People will perceive you, as I've even said to my therapist, we're on the internet and people don't see who we really are, so what they hear us say and stuff is what they perceive.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're fine with that, you're fine with that. But as I even said in our video, I have an internet footprint, and I don't want that to. Because, like, let me put it this way: if any other people that I know saw that might be a little too much even for them. I get it; it's free speech, and they can't blame me because I did not participate. But, but you know. I guess that's really it, I guess you are who you hang out with, I guess is the thing to put it. And I'm not even judging you guys, I'm just saying, is what I'm saying make sense?
No, it does make sense. You're only who you hang out with is absolutely the way that a lot of people watching YouTubers, that's going to be how they, like, process it.
Thank you, Spiny. How are you, Austin? Please tell me you're not dying of a food-related thing today.
Oh, starting to feel kind of funny all of a sudden.
Funny feeling.
I'm good. I'm not
This time I
dying.
ate 4 pounds of fish.
Like 4 pounds of fish just.
I've upgraded to 1 extra pound each day. I'm processing it a lot better now.
Oh no, Bubsby.
Bubsby.
I still do that too.
I do. I only do it when I'm going to call a few, but I still do it with you. But I mean, the only other person who was there for the origin was Olivia, though. So it makes sense that you would still be doing it.
Well, it's funny because Bubsby, even Milo caught onto it, and he's like, "It's Bubsy," and I'm like, "Bubsby,
Bubsby.
Bubsby." I don't even know. Either it's a drunk person talking to Bubsy, or it's an old person.
That or just like a really whiny person who has to like make a comment on everything that Bubsby is doing.
That too. Oh, Bubsby.
Bubsby. When you have the time, could I wait? When I have the time, could I request that you draw? Wait, can I request that you ask him in a drawing what he would have liked to be portrayed as I'm doing something related to the cast of Spiny and he is a part of the cast, or should I just defaulted to doing a Gork? Are you talking about Austin? How Austin wants to be portrayed?
What?
Toon Buffoon is doing a drawing of all the Spiny characters and
I
cast.
think it's definitely Austin because
Yeah, I guess there is. Yeah, who else would that be for? I'm sorry.
No, it's just it would be understandable if it wasn't Toon Buffoon because Toon Buffoon knows what's up, but.
Austin, how do you want to be drawn?
Don't ask Austin how he'd want to be drawn.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Well, I have no idea, to be honest with you. It's just, you can take full creative liberties on this one. I don't have a specific. How am I supposed to say? How am I supposed to put this? I don't have a specific design that I go by, so.
I can show you some drawings I've done of Austin if you just want like an idea.
Intimate drawings
Yeah.
of Austin.
I haven't done that many because Austin is more so he joins us for streams. He wasn't as frequent as a guest on stuff I did in the past where I drew everybody.
Olivia. Stop.
But I think Austin probably will eventually have some sort of physical appearance on the channel. I mean, you're on it enough. And you do technically have one, but it's one that
I don't really use it anymore.
Oh, I mean like on Spiny, because we had you at we had like a visual for all of us watching the show. We needed one for you, and we're like, what should we do? There was a random background character with glasses on, and we're like, all right, that's Austin.
That's me, all right.
I bet I could find him in this Spiny. Yeah, I found it. I'll put him on the screen premiere. This is not. I'm not even saying draw Austin like this, but this is the way he was portrayed on the channel.
I have a beard, if that helps.
Yeah, he does have a beard.
If that helps.
Yeah.
But there's a
Yeah, that was Austin. That was Austin for a second.
make Austin a snake. Austin, do you want to be a snake?
Uh,
You are a reptile
cool
guy.
with that. Yeah, I think you just say I am a reptile.
Let me see another drawing I did.
Austin, are you the therapy gecko?
Don't ask questions you're not prepared to know the answer to. I would be like the opposite of a therapy gecko.
You would like cause
Go to
mischief.
therapy. Be like, I sure am feeling sad today. That sucks. I'll make it worse.
Oh no,
trying to-
you have a lot of insight, so I don't know if you'd be negative.
I definitely okay. I will say this. This is the Mackel and Zatch drawing for Austin, and like the goal of a lot of Mackel and Zatch drawings at first was to make them as unflattering as possible.
Gecko?
And oh, Mitzi's the one who said make Austin a snake. I didn't even notice that until now. Hi, Mitzi.
Call.
But here's a drawing of Austin when back in the Mackel and Zatch days. Now eventually I dropped the doing the unflattering image, but I definitely was not done doing that by the time I drew Austin. So there's Austin.
I mean, it looks pretty accurate.
I just made it so he's like always yelling at someone off screen.
I mean, that's just Austin regularly, though.
I just look like somebody's drunk uncle.
I mean, that's Austin, though.
Oh. Actually, you have been portrayed like that on Spiny because I re-uploaded the adventure playthrough.
Oh, bye,
to Spiny.
Mitzi.
Bye, Mitzi. Have a good day.
So I was gonna take my exam today.
How'd that go?
Oh my god, they canceled it. They canceled it because of the winter weather advisory
Oh, you
we
have
have
to
right now.
physically go to your exam?
Yes. Oh god, no, I won't do the at-home one because I've heard horror stories about those.
Oh, okay.
Like, you have to have webcam to watch you the whole time. I've heard people sneeze and then they just fail them. So I'm like,
What?
no, I'm good. I'd rather go in person.
It's the mindset of like they're really trying to crack down on cheating.
We're fixing.
Yeah. It's
Oh, you
insane.
cheated. It's over.
Like, I've heard like the worst stories about people that took the exam at home. So I always go to a testing center. I've taken 5 of these exams. I've always taken them at a testing center and have had no problem.
All right.
But-
I mean,
I'm not judging you. I just thought that most of the stuff would be digital. That's the only reason why I brought it up.
Yeah, nah. I mean, you have the choice, but
It
I'd like to take it in person.
It doesn't sound like there's really a choice.
I know. Well, there's also less distractions too if you go and take it at a testing center.
I technically finished a scene.
But I was
It's
gonna
not.
take
It's
it
not.
today.
It's not synced, but all the drawings are in the file, so we got a little chunk of this video done today. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Austin.
no, the snow's crazy.
It sucks because it's not even that bad here. But they canceled it anyway, and now I'm like, okay, can I take it later in the week? And they're like, nope.
Next
Yeah,
month.
take it next week. Oh,
Right.
next month I would end my shit.
Fuck. They were just like, fuck you.
Yeah, like I'd be so because I was ready to take it. I've never been mad that I can't take a test until like today.
Are you?
'Cause I-
How long? Oh, sorry. Continue.
I was just gonna say I'm just ready to take it. And I just want to get it done.
How much longer are you gonna be on stream for? Only because I'm curious and I need to get up for a second, and I don't want it to like end while I'm gone.
I guess.
No
I guess-
real clue.
I think, I mean, I'm down to chat with you guys a bit longer. I think I'm going to end it here because I completed what I set out to do in the stream. I wanted to get one scene done, and the interaction between them and Spiny is done. The next shot takes place in this area, so
Okay.
that'll be a brand new shot
All right.
that I'll start working on a different day.
Do you want to talk off stream for a sec then?
Yeah, we can. But anyways, thank you, Toon Buffoon. Thank you, anyone else who listened. Let's give ReactBot one last line before we end it.
Credit to whoever made this.
I made it. Bye.